Jessica Levi. I am the owner of J. Levi Events, which is a wedding and event planning company.
And I am Ashley Best. I am the owner and lead planner for Ash Best Events. And today we've co-planned a really awesome shoot and can't wait to chat with you about it.
So today we are doing a shoot that we called Earth, Wind, and Fire. And what we wanted to do was really focus on the celebration of Black love, Black joy. We felt that during this climate, it was really important for us to showcase that in our wedding industry.
Yeah, ultimately something that has been stirred up in us is the realization that representation, allyship, and just inclusiveness is something that definitely needs to be better represented or brought about within the wedding industry specifically. So we just want to make sure that we are doing our part, even if it's taking one step at a time, to be those allies that we're striving to be, to continue to learn, to work with and refer Black and BIPOC vendors. As wedding planners, we have that power to do that, which is really amazing.
We felt it was important to do this shoot today because if you look at the history of the wedding industry, oftentimes Black couples, BIPOC couples are overlooked and not represented. We do not see them in the publications that we all know that we share. We don't see that in the professionals that are advertised. And we felt it was really important for us to showcase not only those couples, those vendors, but also the traditions and the joys that come from that.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
Hi, I'm Eloise.
And we're from Bridal Attire, which is a bridal custom specialty boutique based right here in Chicago.
Sure, my name is Mike Zabrin. I'm the owner of Funktastic Productions, LLC, and I'm also a performer as well.
Hi, my name is Brittany Watkins. I am a calligrapher, Chief Inspiration Officer of Faultless Inspirations.
I am Larry Brown Jr. I am the guitarist for the band Funktastic.
Hi, my name is Kimora and I'm a professional makeup artist.
Hi, my name is Jessica. I am a hairstylist and a salon owner.
My name is John Pendleton. I am a floral and wood designer. The name of my company is Planks and Pistols.
Hi, my name's Nicole and I am a wedding photographer.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Mariah. I'm a model and I also run communications at our X Bar.
As far as being represented in the wedding industry, I think there are definitely some online spaces that people of color have created for themselves, but as far as like the broader spectrum of how the wedding industry incorporates all people, I would say that there is a severe lack of representation.
In mainstream wedding photography and advertisements? No.
Absolutely not. As a Black man in the floral industry, I do not feel that there is much representation.
I think there needs to be more because what we're doing is we're tributing art form, especially with what we do, funk music. That's really centered, it's around jazz and soul music, but more danceable. And that's really how funk got started. And so I think it's really important that we see as much diversity as possible to pay tribute to this art form.
As a stylist and someone that participates in the wedding, you know, curating this image or this vibe for the bride or whomever, it's very hard to articulate your look without examples. So not only is it disheartening on a representation level, but it makes your job even harder because I'm trying to describe a style for a bride and you Google image Black brides and nothing comes up, or the things that come up are horrible, or they're still not Black brides.
Yeah, they're Caucasian brides.
Yeah, it's so challenging. So it's really hard to get a realistic expectation for what that beautiful Black bride should look like, could look like, you know? So
it's disheartening.
It's challenging, but that's why we do the things that we do.
And I was the only Black girl that worked in that store. And so it was an experience because it was so many white designers or other minority designers that came through, and I never saw anyone that looked like me. And so it kind of affected how I would pursue my career in fashion, because at times I felt there was no place for me because I didn't see anybody pave the way beforehand. And so that kind of hurt the lack of presentation hurt my identity as far as where I wanted to be in the bridal industry.
When I can, I take the opportunity to have the conversation, ask the question of, have you considered using someone that doesn't look like you or isn't in your direct network, so that you are connecting, appealing, and being inclusive to people that are more diverse.
And so I think that's why it's super important to have people that look like you in any industry that you go into. You need someone that's a black woman or a black man that says, hey, I've been here, I killed it, I paved the way. And so now that's how I kind of see myself. Like, I'm gonna jump into this and I'm gonna pave the way for the little black girl that's saying, I wanna make princess dresses too.
Well, I started by just doing bouquets for friends, and I gained the confidence to keep going and doing weddings and taking different jobs, because I actually did find black men who were doing floral design, because I saw them doing it in very different, very excellent ways, and hearing them speak about it and looking at their websites really encouraged me to keep plowing through it.
A black couple, just like any other couple, you know, they want their wedding to be a joyous occasion, and they want to put, you know, some people would say the wedding is more so for the family than it is for the actual couple, right? And so you want your families to come together and have a great time, and you want companies that are going to provide that. You know, in that same token, you know, if I'm a black couple and I'm looking to get married, I want to see, you know, number one, there is a concept that has really grown, which is called buying black, which a lot of people, you know, are wanting to do, to be honest with you, right? They want to support people in their community or people that look like them in different industries.
So in today's culture, from a music standpoint, it doesn't matter if you know English or any other language. Music has its own language, and when it brings people together, it includes everybody. Also brings out new creative ideas while bringing together multiple cultural differences.
Just hire talent that is talented, pretty much, in all aspects.
In all aspects.
We can do Caucasian women, we can do Hispanic women, we can do black women,
Asian women.
Everyone needs to keep up that same energy.
The same
and
energy.
be able to do our black women's hair,
Frankly,
our
it's
black
offensive.
women's makeup. Get their color right. Why do you have
their color right.
2 black foundation shades? We have multiple colors in our skin tones.
Which like perpetuates the narrative that black isn't beautiful.
Exactly.
Because we oftentimes have not had an opportunity to be so. With the you know what I mean? We don't have the same resources. You have the same runway show, and there are all these women of all these different colors, but they've been accommodated in a way.
Exactly.
So how can you blame people for perceiving things like texture or color in a negative light when they've never had the opportunity to shine?
So number one is to educate the audiences that we play for, where this music is coming from. So really educating the audiences about why these bands are so important and how they influenced history so much.
And I think it's important to expect greatness from everybody, every business, to be able to look at that business and expect something beautiful and amazing, and not just support it and be okay with it or settle with it. Our support of black-owned businesses has to be deep and complex, and it has to be one that's sustainable, and it has to be a support that is actually helping black people grow and expand. Because if we're going to say support black-owned businesses, we can't just say that for monetary reasons, because the capitalist world that we live in is the reason why so many things are the way they are.
And that's what's very tricky in the ad industry, and you have to do your research as an artist and who you give your sauce and your flavor to. You know what I mean? Because they'll hire a black hairstylist, and they'll bring you on, and you'll be super excited, and then you get there, and it's you and the model, and y'all the only 2 specs in the room. And they, you know what I mean? And they uplift this very black looking campaign. But yet, most of the people that are getting the big dollars for it are not. You know what I mean? They get to profit off of the vision, which is, you know, I think it happens to all of us at least once or twice. Until you start moving, or 12 times until you start moving a little smarter, start checking your dots.
Exactly.
I think that we need more people who are willing to call out injustice for what it is and call out issues for what they are. And I think that it's important for all people to play a role in it, because if it's just one voice, it's a lot harder. But when the collective joins in, that's when change happens.
From my perspective, I think allyship is really important. I see that there are so many issues that have been going on related to, again, violence against the Black community when it comes to police brutality, and numerous other kind of examples of hardships that the Black community and other people of color are certainly seeing that I haven't necessarily seen before. So I think it's important as an ally to take a journey, self-reflect, try to understand, putting yourself in their shoes, and then actually taking action to make a difference while uplifting their voices, but also doing whatever you actually can through protesting, through doing shoots like this with representation of BIPOC vendors and couples, through lobbying in certain ways, shapes, or form, donations, etc. I think you actually have to take action and be a true ally.
I think it's important for everyone to educate themselves and, like you said, take action. And that education isn't going to stop tomorrow. It's something that you're going to need to continue to do throughout your lifetime. In the industry, I have definitely experienced some challenges that I know my white counterparts have not experienced. I have definitely felt, uncomfortable sometimes going into the room. Like, I don't see people that look like me, whether that's the vendors or the couples we're working with. And that can sometimes be a challenge, because I've even been overlooked walking into a venue when they didn't think I was the planner. They thought I was just assistant or someone on the catering staff. And when I let them know, like, hey, I'm the planner, I'm the one in charge, you get kind of a different look. So sometimes I think there's an extra layer of a step of having to prove myself and that I'm good at what I do, and I already know that I'm good at what I do, but I have to, work a little bit twice as hard, run a little bit harder just to meet my white counterparts where they are already at when they walk into a room. So that can be a challenge, but it's also so empowering when I do walk into a room, or if I see a Black, wedding planner speaking, I just hear it that much clearer and I can relate to them that much more. And that's my goal as well, is to speak right now and hope that someone else feels heard and seen as well.
Yeah, I think allyship in the wedding industry in today's climate, it plays a huge role in, as I mentioned before, just legitimizing the industry, hearing the thoughts of your peers, being able to collaborate in spaces, as I had an opportunity just upstairs during this photo shoot to collab with different people, different backgrounds, different cultures, and together we created a wonderful, wonderful shoot. And so things like that happen when you make room for people that don't necessarily think like you, but just because they don't think like you doesn't mean that you can't come to a common ground, that you don't have things in common. It's just that people think differently, but they think for the good of everything that can happen. And so I think that allyship recognizes that. I think that allyship determines that people's voices are necessary, that they're worthy, that one person is not greater than the other. And even for me, destroys this notion of privilege, that somebody else is more privileged than I because of the way that they look or the color of their skin. And so allyship to me says, I am like you, you are like me, let's work together, let's be unified, and let's take over this industry.
Look us up, book us, we're available.
Follow us, like and share our posts. Like and share.
It's free.
Drop an emoji. It's free.
It's free.
That's also how you amplify Black voices and talent.
Exactly. A like, a share, a repost. Tell someone verbally. Recommendation.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.